10th Grade Bleeds is my favorite Vlad book yet. It has the most blood, it has the most action, it has the most fight scenes, it's got the most romance, it has the most of everything. If you like Vladimir Tod, you're going to love 10th Grade Bleeds. The Chronicles of Vladimir Tod is primarily, I would not say it's a vampire series. I would say it's a series about a boy named Vlad Tod. Vlad is just like any other boy. He's awkward, he's shy, he doesn't know how to talk to girls, bullies pick on him, he's failing math, and he happens to drink blood. I've always been drawn to darker things. I've always been drawn to things that aren't the norm, things that are more in an outcast setting. And I think that that comes from me being an outcast growing up, because I was very unpopular in a very, very small town. I grew up in a town population 814 people. I was the least popular person in that town, picked on daily, so I was certainly an outcast. And so when I look for things to read, I look for outcast characters. I think that that's something that my readers look for as well. We find that outcast in Vlad, certainly. I think that supernatural books are more popular today because people are looking for escapism. I know that that's what I look for when I look for a book. I look for elements that might not necessarily be real, but could be. I think my readers are a lot like me. I think that they want to get away from everything that they're dealing with in their day-to-day and deal with someone else's problems. And if those problems happen to involve fangs and blood, so be it. I read a lot of vampire books, and vampires always seem to be the same way. They always seem to be rich, they always seem to be handsome, they always seem to be smooth with the ladies, and Vlad is none of these things. He's awkward. He really doesn't know how great he is. Vlad is much more like a real boy. So to me, when girls are looking to the vampires in fiction, they're looking at a dream. When they're looking at Vlad, they're looking at a real boy. They're looking at how boys really are. Boys find something else in Vlad, something that the girls might not recognize. Boys find that even when bullies are pushing you down, you can find your own way to stand up to them. You can be tough and still be sensitive. Heather Brewer does not have fans. Heather Brewer has minions. I think the reason that I have such a great fan base online is because I interact with teenagers on a personal level. I don't believe that teenagers are just going through a certain part of life. I believe that teenagers are very special people. I'm 35 and I never really aged past 16. So I definitely understand teens, and we get along very well. We interact all over online, Facebook, MySpace, Twitter, and they're not just my minions, they're my friends. We understand one another and exchange different books that we might be reading. And I think that it's important to have that personal relationship, that connection with your fans. If you are an outcast, if you don't feel like you belong in any certain situation, then you're going to find yourself in the Chronicles of Vladimir Tod, because that's what Vlad is, and that's what I am.